Let's talk about long-range planning. In the state of California, each city is charged with developing a general plan to inform all land use decisions. The general plan functions like a blueprint, prescribing policy goals and objectives to guide future development. Similar to a book, the general plan is composed of chapters, commonly referred to as elements. Each element covers a topic related to land use. While the state of California requires that cities have a minimum of 7 elements, it does not prescribe rules on how they are to be organized. In the city of Los Angeles, we currently have 12 elements: open space, conservation, mobility, housing, land use, public facilities and services, infrastructure systems, noise, air quality, safety, health, and framework. The General Plan Framework is the city's chief land use document. It does not mandate or encourage growth. Instead, it accommodates for growth where growth is projected. Think of the framework element as the umbrella element that sets the vision of the general plan. Traditionally, the framework has focused on new development around transit and employment districts to preserve the character and scale of our single-family residential neighborhoods. While the framework is the overarching document that sets policies in place and informs other elements of the general plan, it's the land use element that dives further into neighborhood policies. Because of LA's sheer size and the unique characteristics of our neighborhoods, our land use element is organized into 35 community plans. Each community plan interprets broad policy goals in the general plan into property-specific requirements and neighborhood-level policies. Each plan also includes a land use map that shows the range of uses allowed on each parcel, such as residential, commercial, industrial, and open space. And each plan is accompanied with a zoning map that shows what you can build on any given parcel of land. The easiest way to understand zoning is to view it as an implementation tool, or the end result to the community plan process. Zoning can allow for greater or limited flexibility in the types of uses allowed on a particular site. You can have mixed-use zoning for one parcel and have restrictive zoning for another, such as parcels zoned only for single-family homes. Here in Los Angeles, zones are labeled with a prefix such as R for residential, C for commercial, and M for manufacturing, with subcategories based on intensity. For instance, the M3 zone permits more intensive uses than the M2, and the M2 permits more intensive uses than the M1 uses. That means nearly anything except residential uses may be built in an M3 zone, while very little may be built in an RE residential estate zone. This brings us back to why we need to update our general plan and long-range planning documents. In the previous segment, I talked about the challenges of planning for a unique and diverse city like Los Angeles, and the opportunities those challenges present. Our general plan needs to be updated because the needs and priorities of our citizens are constantly changing. We need to properly direct growth so it doesn't come at the expense of our residential neighborhoods. We need to create livable neighborhoods that include economically viable business districts, and we need to facilitate the improved designs of our public spaces. Essentially, we need to plan for the future so that Los Angeles remains a great city to live, work, and play for many generations to come.